What's up? It's Jati Jones. Happy New Year. We are in 2021, and in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about procrastination. So, you've probably set your New Year's resolution, and you feel a mixture of excitement as well as fear. Now, on one side, we're excited because we have set a new goal and we have a vision for a better future, a better year, a higher quality of life. However, because our goals are big, there also on the other side comes fear, right? Because we have doubt. What if I fail? What if I sabotage myself? What if I fall short again? What if I am consistent in January and February, but then I lose motivation, I lose focus, and I fall off? And so there's this hope and doubt playing in our minds. And the reason why we experience procrastination in our lives is because of this side of fear and doubt. So let's talk about fear and doubt. Instead of kicking it aside and trying to ignore it and pretending it doesn't exist, let us look at it, acknowledge it, examine it, and look at it in a way that instead of discouraging us, it encourages us and motivates us to continue sticking to our goals, believing in our goals, and moving towards what we want. So, what causes procrastination? What causes procrastination is overwhelm, okay? If you are procrastinating on starting something or working on an important project or whatever it is, maybe going to the gym, switching your diet, eating more healthy, the reason why you're procrastinating is because you are afraid of how overwhelming this new task is going to be. What you need to understand is when you have a grand vision and then you compare it to where you are now, between that vision and where you are now, there's this gap, right? There's this gap. And in order for you to get here, you need to develop your current self from this self and upgrade yourself until you have the skills and aptitudes necessary to fulfill this goal that's up here. And so we procrastinate because there is this gap, and this gap is scary to us because we think, oh wow, I really have to learn new skills, manage myself better, manage my time better, work harder. All of these things are involved in order for me to fulfill my goal. And so what happens is we look at this gap and we look at all the multiple things that we need to do all at once, and we get overwhelmed. And when we get overwhelmed, the natural reaction of the human when the human is overwhelmed is paralysis. We choose to do nothing, okay? So procrastination is the act of doing nothing, sitting back and thinking about, oh, well, I'm here. How the hell do I get over there? And, oh, I'm here and I can see that over there. But I know the things that I need to do to go from here to there are pretty difficult and I'm not sure if I can do them all. Or I think I'm a good starter, but then, in the past, let's take the example of going to the gym. I know in the past I've gone to the gym consistently for a month or two, but then I fell off. I don't want to disappoint myself again. I don't want to start something only to quit halfway through and then feel terrible about myself and judge myself and then just feel bad about the whole situation, right? So that's the whole emotional thing that we're dealing with when it comes to setting new goals and the procrastination that comes along with this. So what you want to do, and I got this from Dan Sullivan, what you want to do is you want to sit down and ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? Okay? And what this is more specifically is, let's take the example of going to the gym. Why am I procrastinating regarding going to the gym? Okay? And then you sit down with a piece of paper and you write down all of the fears you have, okay? Oh, I'm afraid I'm not gonna have enough time. I'm afraid it's gonna be too expensive. I'm afraid of getting sore, and then if I'm sore, I'm gonna miss other days. I'm afraid it's gonna take time away from my business and I wanna work on this thing, but if I go to the gym, that's 2 hours out of my day. How do I work out? How do I eat properly? I don't want to go to the gym for 3 months only to discover that I'm doing things wrong and then I'm not seeing the benefit and then I wasted my time and my money. And and all these concerns, I want you to list them all down. Okay? So all of these concerns, once they are listed down, that's when you will see clearly why you're procrastinating. We all tend to judge ourselves and think the reason why we're procrastinating is because we're bad and lazy, but that's not the truth. The truth is you're procrastinating because the task that you see, that goal that you see up there, is so overwhelming that you are paralyzed with fear. So what we're gonna do, step one, is you list out all the concerns you have. And then you will see, oh wow, okay, I'm concerned about a lot of the steps that it's gonna take me in order to achieve this result. And so when we look at the steps, this piece of paper, it's easy to see, oh wow, no wonder I felt overwhelmed and discouraged because there's a lot of complexity to this list. There are 10 things here that I need to do in order for me to succeed at this one thing. You see? And so then the next step is, I want you to take that list and break it down to simpler steps. You can't do everything on that list all at once. You're not going to become the perfect, I'm just taking gym as an example. You can replace gym with whatever thing that's important to you, but it's an easy example, okay? So for the gym guy, you're not going to be professional gym guy all at once. It's going to take time to get the right gear, to get the right clothes, to get the right workout program, maybe to get the right mentor, right eating habits, get your schedule right, your habit right, find the gym that suits you, all these things. So don't expect to have it all down pat from the beginning. What you need to do is start doing one thing right, okay? Take that list of overwhelm and say, okay, well, maybe I can't do 10 of these things all at once at the start. Well, what can I do? You may say, okay, well, let me start by going to the gym twice a week. Let me just commit to that, okay? I won't change my eating habits. I won't do anything major. I'll just commit to going twice a week, okay? That small commitment, you want to make a commitment that's small and hard to mess up. So if you're committing only to 2 sessions a week, that's doable. It's still out of your comfort zone if you never go to the gym. But, 2 times a week is a very achievable goal. Now, what happens when you just choose one piece is that it puts you into action, right? It takes you from procrastination, from paralysis to action. Now you are in action. Well, when you see yourself going to the gym twice a week, what's going to happen is you're going to have an elevation in your self-esteem, in your image, and you're going to start seeing that, oh, I'm not a procrastinator. Look, I'm taking action. And so you get encouraged because you have this positive feedback loop. And so then a week later you say, okay, well, I'm going to the gym twice a week. What can I do next? Okay, well, let me see if I can get some kind of exercise program to follow. That will be the next step, right? And then you just keep adding things. Eventually you'll fix your diet. Eventually you'll get maybe nicer gym clothes. Eventually maybe you'll hire a personal trainer or a trainer online. And before you know it, after a number of months, by the time the whole year is done, you're going to be the gym guy, going to the gym, looking good, feeling good, doing things right, doing everything he needs to do on that list. And by the end of 2021, you are going to you have evolved to this level and met the level of your goal, okay? But you did it step by step by step. You see? So, remember this saying, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So take your New Year's resolution, take whatever big goal you have that you're procrastinating on, write down all the things you're fearful of and overwhelmed of, have that list down, and then choose things one by one. Okay, I'm gonna work on this first. I'm gonna work on this next. I'm gonna work on this next. And the objective is to move yourself from overwhelm into action. Overwhelm into action. Start with small actions. So the takeaway, don't judge yourself and think you're a bad person because you're procrastinating. The reason why you're procrastinating is simply because you are overwhelmed with the goal that you have set. And when we set big goals, what comes along with a big goal is a lot of complexity, a lot of different steps you need to do all at the same time just to achieve this goal. And if you try to do all of these, incorporate all of these right away, you fail or you don't even start because you're like, whoa, I can never do that. But if you take one thing and then the next week you add another thing, and then 2 weeks later you add another and another, eventually you incorporate everything that you need to be doing in order to get here. Okay? So that's the answer to procrastination. Do that exercise and let me know in the comments below if this has helped you. Once again, when you're procrastinating, don't judge yourself. Just know that you need to list out the things that are overwhelming you and then start choosing your actions consciously. My name is T. Jones. If you want to be part of my mastermind group, DM me the word mastermind on Instagram. Peace.